This is our presentation on the Atlantic cod fishery by James, Eli, and Jake. As we can see here, we just have a picture of some cod, Atlantic cod, and we'll be discussing in much more depth many specific details such as biology, appearance, distribution, habitat, and catch history. So starting with appearance, Atlantic cod are heavy-bodied with a large head, blunt snout, and a distinct barbel under the lower jaw. As we see to the right there, we see this Atlantic cod. The barbel is seen as like a whisker-like structure right under the mouth, and this is used as a sensory organ, and it helps locate different predators, prey, or it has taste buds or anything around it. It helps the Atlantic cod be more aware of its surroundings and help it in many ways. Along with that, it's colored, as we can see here, as darker on the top with a light yellowish green to red, and as darker speckles on the head, fins, tail, and body, but the belly is lightly colored and spotless. So the point of this is counter shading, which makes it so that the fish is harder to see from above, as looking down the ocean floor is a darker appearance, and it makes it harder to see from below, as the white on the belly helps blend in with the sunlight that's seen at the surface. This provides significant protection from from predators, and helps it track down prey easier. Also, we see this large line going across the right side of the fish. What this is a lateral line, and that is used to detect movement and vibrations in the water, again, helping it to be more aware of its surroundings and helping it avoid predators and catch prey. So then we have the biology of the Atlantic cod. They're capable of living for more than 20 years, which is a relatively long lifespan for most fish. They can grow up to 51 inches and 77 pounds. And they're able to reproduce at 2 to 3 years old when they're between 12 and 16 inches long. Typically, they spawn near the ocean floor from winter to early spring. Larger females can produce 3 to 9 million eggs when they spawn. And as we see on the right, we have a picture of typical Atlantic cod eggs. And actually, these Atlantic cod have a relatively high fecundity relative to other fish. And this is really important in our study of Atlantic cod because it helps them with stock replenishing much more than other species may have. And they are top predators in the bottom ocean community, feeding on many invertebrates and fish. Some of these things that they may feed on include shrimps, crabs, squid, herring, eels, mackerel, and many other species.
For habitat, Atlantic cod usually live near the ocean floor along rocky slopes and ledges. They prefer cold water at depths of around 30 to 500 feet. They commonly are found near the bottoms of coarse sediments. This greatly helps the Atlantic cod with survival as it supplies them with shelter, food, and breeding grounds. For distribution, in U.S. waters, Atlantic cod are found primarily in the northwest Atlantic. They range from Greenland to Cape Hatteras, North Carolina, and in U.S. fisheries, they are most abundant in Georgia's Bank and the western Gulf of Maine. The Atlantic cod are found in these areas for many reasons, such as they prefer cold waters, typically between 0 and 10 degrees Celsius, and they return to the same spawning areas each year, favoring offshore rocky slopes and ledges.
So the catch history for Atlantic cod is that the Atlantic cod stock was one which had enormous success in the early to mid 1900s. However, many factors led to the eventual collapse in the late 1900s. These factors are overfishing, changes in the climate, and technological advancements. Overfishing is a result in the change of the overall need for the fish on an economic and environmental level. The increase in the ocean temperatures also affected cod as it increased or as it reduced metabolic efficiency, destroyed habitats, and led to high mortality rates. Technological advancements such as sonar and trawlers also led to the steep decrease in the Atlantic cod stock. This is because commercial fishers also had more available resources to catch more cod and yeah. So commercial and recreational fisheries. The commercial fishery for the Atlantic cod is a very profit-driven industry, as I said in the previous slide. Nearly 1 million pounds or $2.2 million worth of Atlantic cod were caught in 2023. However, the commercial cod industry is not what it used to be, as it averaged 600 million pounds per year before the crash. The recreational cod industry is also very important to recreational fishers. In 2022, the recreational cod industry landed 380,000 pounds of Atlantic cod. So, solutions for the audience. The Atlantic cod stock since the 21st century has been in a worse state than ever before. However, this is not irreparable. Some laws have been put into place, such as the Magnuson-Stevens Act. This was established in 1976 to prevent overfishing, rebuild stocks, and manage fisheries sustainably. This act established an exclusive 200-mile fishery zone, which reduced foreign fishing and created 8 regional councils to manage fish stocks based on science. If people are educated about the effect overfishing has on an ecosystem, such as removing key species faster than they can reproduce, disrupting food webs, and causing habitat destruction, it may cause them to fish with the future in mind. Here are our sources. Thank you.